Hello, sports fans. Another crazy day in the NBA and a lot of transactions and trades to go over. Biggest news, I think, honestly, was Tobias Harris being shipped to the 76ers. Now, a lot of people think, wow, that's a very talented roster. They could win it all. They could at least go to the conference finals. I'll start off by saying I disagree. Tobias Harris is a very nice offensive player, does not play a lot of defense. But the reason why the Sixers will not get to the conference finals is not because of Tobias Harris. The reason they will not is because Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, and Jimmy Butler do not have good chemistry. They do not get along, it seems like. They are just not a cohesive group. And they will fall apart against teams like Milwaukee, Boston, and those type of teams are going to run them out of the gym. And if they don't, I'd be very surprised by it. There's a reason why Boston dominated them last year in the playoffs, and I think honestly you can expect the same this year. So I do think it was a good trade for Philly, but their problems are not Tobias Harris. Their problems are other places. Other big trade, Otto Porter going to the Bulls for Jabari Parker and Bobby Portis. That trade was simply to get the Wizards under the luxury tax. That's why they traded Morris to the Pelicans for absolutely nothing. And, um, I really anticipate the Wizards being pretty garbage the rest of the way. Bradley Beal is going to be wasting his talents on that team, and the only thing the Wizards can hope for is a top five selection, which they probably won't get. They'd have to have a lot of luck in the lottery. Um, the Wizards are kind of in a similar situation they were with Gilbert Arenas, where he had a super big contract and then was injured, and kind of same thing happening with John Wall. So the Wizards are completely out of it at this point. Another big trade was Harrison Barnes being sent to Sacramento. I think it was a very good trade for Sacramento. They sent back Justin Jackson and Zach Randolph. Zach Randolph is probably going to be bought out and trying to play for a contender. He has not played all year long. He's never been activated. So that'll be interesting to see what happens. But the Kings are going for the 8th seed at this point. It's going to be a dogfight between the Lakers, the Kings, and the Spurs. I do think the Lakers end up getting the 8th seed purely for the fact they have LeBron James, which we all know can will his team. He somehow willed those bums last year in Cleveland to the NBA Finals. He got obliterated in the finals, but the fact he got him there is pretty impressive. But, we all know if that team was in the West, they wouldn't have made it out of the first round. So how impressive can it be? Other news, a lot of just very small trades. Amon Shumpert's going to the Rockets, gives them a wing defender that they absolutely need, but I think they gave up too much because Amon Shumpert is very much a liability on the offensive end, so much that I don't think you can have him out there for very long stretches. So I don't think that changes much, and Houston gave up a first-round pick. If I was Houston, I wouldn't have gave up any more than a second-round pick for him. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Don't think it was a very good trade personally. Um, Other news, Tyler Johnson got sent to Phoenix. So that gives them a point guard that they really desperately need. I mean, he's kind of more of a 1-2, but I think he can play some point guard and be effective doing it. So I think that was a good pickup for Phoenix. Alec Burks goes to Sacramento, gives them another scorer off the bench. Um, a lot of little transactions. Tomorrow will be interesting. I could see it being a dud where there's not a lot of moves made. It sounds like a lot of moves are being made today. So if there is a ton of transactions tomorrow, I would be surprised. But we'll have to wait and see for that. I think I covered all the main things for today. I would say the best deal of the day was the Pelicans getting Morris for absolutely nothing. When you get a player of his talent for Wesley Johnson, not a bad deal. Not a bad deal at all. So, um, with the teams going forward, it'll be interesting to see. Oh, one last topic that I forgot to touch on that I thought was just kind of funny. It sounds like the New Orleans Pelicans were just completely messing with the Lakers. Never had any intention on making a deal except for the Lakers to completely ruin their team and make everyone hate each other. And the fact a small market team is messing with a big market team, I find hilarious and appreciate. So we must thank the Pelicans for that. But I think that's about all for this video. So thank you for watching and have a good rest of your day.